Okay, we're back. And we're probably going to get a gun tutorial immediately. Which is, actually, you might have seen in the demo I did, which had, plenty of combat. Hello, buddy. You're my buddy. What up, buddy? I don't know what you're saying. Go away. There's actually two different ways that the gun is used in this game. In the combat. There's probably no random battles for me to get into. Yeah, this is just Tutorialville, I guess. Oh, there's two different styles where you can just use the gun by itself, and you can also use the gun and sword in a chord together. Oh. Well, I'm here to eat food. Ah, getting drunk. Yeah, why not clear out the whole menu? Thank God these games let you eat even when you don't have any, even when you're at max health, for fucking once. It is so annoying in the other games. Because there's like a 100% completion list, and part of that is eating all the food in the game from every restaurant. But usually you're not allowed to eat at a restaurant unless you are missing some health. Your character will just say, I'm not hungry right now. So you have to, like, take damage in order to fucking eat food and work on the 100% completion list. And yet in this, you can just eat everything on the menu even if you're at 100% health, which is gonna make that completion list way fucking easier. Anyway, these guys got beef. I got a gun. Let's see who wins. Yeah! That's awesome. Bringing it on, breaking it down. Let's shoot these guys in a non-lethal fashion. And we can also do combos with the gun. Like that. And that's all. Do a charge shot. And we can change our styles finally. We can have the gun sword. And press triangle to shoot the gun. It's much less powerful. And then circle does the gun sword combo. Okay. That concludes the tutorial. Yeah! Switch to just sword. Stomp this guy's face. Kinda brutal. And let's finish this guy off with our gun. Lit him on fire. I wonder if there's any heat moves for the gun. Probably not. Oh, we did pistol whip him though, badass. Yeah, so now we have all the styles open up to us. And we can switch between them at our leisure in the middle of combat. So we can switch from gun sword to gun to unarmed to, well, another style we'll get later. But that's pretty much the combat. And combined with the way the mechanics of it have changed, it's pretty fucking seamless and really fucking fun. It's very fluid and organic and awesome. It's actually a game where I'd look forward to random battles just because it's so much fun to fight people. And look! Random battles are a thing now. Check it out. We can wander around town and run to these guys, get into random battles. That's awesome. Oh god. Oh, I can block, okay. Oh, cool! Finish this guy off. With a foot in the face. Or a gun. Oh shit. Cool, got a gun style level up. Yeah, so it's kind of like the Elder Scrolls, where the more you use a certain style, the more it levels up. So you can level up just normally, where your actual level goes up. Or you can use a style enough to level up that style. So hey, we get money and items and experience from random battles. There's basically no downside. And they're very different in the way they happen too, where they're much more organic and immediate in the older games, especially the first two. I want to see if there's any heat actions you can do with... Bitch, I'm talking to you. That's better. Huh. I can't even do the wall hit. Huh, interesting. I don't know if you start out with any heat actions for the gun or not. This is kind of brutal though, we're just fucking shooting them. Of course they don't die. Guns and swords are both equally non-lethal. No one dies in these games unless the plot demands it in the middle of a cutscene. God. Oh, you're scared? Suck it. I'm having fun. This is fun. A very different, because in the original games it was much more like a JRPG, where you'd get into a random battle and then it would fade out and load in an instance based on that area, and you'd fight in like a different zone. Like in, take Final Fantasy VI for example, where you're wandering around in a like foresty environment. You get into a random battle, and suddenly the battlefield environment has trees in the background and grass on the floor, that kind of thing. In the later games... It's hard to talk and concentrate on combat at the same time. There we go. Come here. Curb stomp. That's kind of brutal. In the later games, it was much more seamless, where you got into it where someone triggered it, and they would have a little dialogue to be like, I'm gonna fight you now, and then it would kind of like, it would still take a minute to load and go back, but it wasn't an entirely new instance, like you were in that area of the game. In this, it's even more immediate, where they see you and they'll run towards you, and then it will just zone in like you saw there. It's hard to describe the differences without having a direct comparison to show you, like, see how it is different compared to this. Man, they're just fucking everywhere. It's also kind of cool that all three of the dudes, or however many there are, it looks like 3 is standard, that you're going to fight are all there, instead of one guy starting a fight with you, and then a bunch of his buddies spawn out of nowhere, which is how it was in the old games, although in the demo you did see that happening, where you ran into 3 guys, but then more guys would come out of nowhere and start fighting and join the fray. Yeah, it's good combat. I like it. I'm having fun. I'm sorry. I'm not talking about a lot of cool stuff right now, but I'm enjoying this. Okay? Shut up. This game is really fun. Okay, let's heal up a little bit. Have a big lunch. Nom. I should talk a little bit about the heat gauge. You heard me mentioning heat actions. In fact, I'm going to level this up to see if there are heat actions for it. Yes, there is. Let's get it. Okay, now I'm going to show off how the green orb I have can overwrite the white orb that we already have set down. And I don't know why you'd want to do that. Like, are green orbs better? Like, what is the point? You're basically wasting an orb. It doesn't seem... Does it make it more effective? I have no clue. Yeah, this adds another thing in the combo, so we want that. Finished out the inner circle of this. So we'll work on other styles. We'll work on the gun by itself. I do like the style-specific versus general leveling up orbs when it comes to that. I do appreciate that. I will give it credit for that. I want to fill up all the inner circles of all the styles we have before doing other stuff. Ooh, we got a trophy! Probably for leveling up. I don't know, though. Okay, all the important ones are leveled up now. I don't give a fuck about unarmed. This will give us more moves to use in battle, at least. Let's see if we can show them off. So the heat gauge in this works differently than it does in the regular games. Come here. Oh, dang it. Okay, let's see. I'm trying to do the heat gauge where they fall on the ground. So close that time. Stop it! I can't block with this. Oh, I got a chance here. I got a chance. I'm gonna try and do the heat gauge. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna whittle them down. Oh, cool. We have that fourth hit on the sword. You stay down. I'm gonna finish off your buddy. Oh, no, it was for this style. My bad. Oh, we have the ground stab. Oh, and a shoot! That's badass. That's awesome. So the heat gauge is that blue circle in the upper left corner. The heat gauge. Which is different because in the old games it was just a regular bar, like your health gauge. Your health gauge is just that orange bar, and the heat gauge was a blue bar underneath it, and it would fill up, and it would let you do special moves like that. It also had some other abilities depending on how you leveled up. But in this it seems to be different. In this it's not a bar, it's a circle. And it appears to have multiple levels. I'm not 100% sure though. I'm assuming... We have an extra hit. Damn it. We have an extra hit here where we can... Damn it! Do that. We have 5 hits with the square now. And all of them have a gun ad at the end. There we go. Oh, that's brutal. We have a stab and shoot and a shoot and stab. See, like, I'm assuming, like, there's levels to it, like, there's level 1 of the heat gauge, there's one circle, and then there's circles behind that circle. So, like, the circle fills up, and then it goes level 2, and then it goes down, and it'll go back to level 1. At least that's what I'm assuming. I'm leveling up a lot, though. Gosh dang. So this kind of the leveling up system is kind of different from the previous games as well. This is focusing on styles of combat, while the originals had like different aspects that you would level up, like the mind, body, and soul had different techniques associated with it, whereas this you're straight up leveling up the style. See, I could have wasted that green orb just overwriting one of these, and I don't understand what the appreciable difference would be by doing that. Maybe it's like, you could use a white orb to level this up, but you would only have access to this if you leveled up with a yellow one, or you can only level this up with a yellow one. I honestly have no idea. I'm trying to figure it out. This is going to be random battle the episode, because I'm basically just going to do this all fucking episode, because I'm having so much fun, I'm leveling up, and I'm talking about the game. It's pretty enjoyable. He's going to have to deal with it. I'm going to focus on the sword, because that's the only one I haven't leveled up as much as the other three. The other two that matter. We do have that 4th hit to the combo, which we didn't start out with. There we go. Yeah, we don't have the down stab yet like we do with the gun sword. I like this. I like this, like, results screen that you get. Not in the other games. It reminds me of Platinum games. Oh man. Right fucking down the road, we got another random battle right after we finish that random battle. These seem a lot more avoidable as well. There's different types of dudes. Where there's the guys that they see ya and they want to come up and start shit, and then there's these guys who look like they were just out for a morning stroll, and you could have ignored them and it would have just been live and let live. But who wants that? Gotta fuck them up. I am freely admitting to being the one who's starting this. Yeah, this reminds me of a Platinum game. Platinum Star, no hits. Well, I got hit, but it's because I don't really have the dodge move yet, which you probably don't get from leveling up in this. You probably have to learn it from Komaki. Booyah. That's a charge up, I think. Where you just hold down triangle. I should test the limits of the battle arena of sorts. Because in the old games, what they would do to section off the area you were fighting in was have people congregate and watch the fight. Which is what they're doing in this, but I want to see... No, it's an invisible wall, just like before. Stab! Awesome. I wonder if the circle move is going to get upgraded at some point. Yeah, it's really easy to level up the style. Although it's probably going to get harder to accumulate experience the more experienced you are with it. The combat reminds me a lot of the combat in Yakuza Kenzan, which makes sense because they're both focusing on the sword play. Although this is obviously adding a lot more to it. The unarmed combat seems like it's just as developed in this as it tends to be in the normal games. Whereas the unarmed combat in Kenzan was clown shoes. It was bare bones as shit. Gee, you know, you could probably hit some collateral damage doing that. Can I even block with this? I don't think I can block in the gun sword style. This is kind of broken. Yeah, the longer you can get your combo going, the more experience you get. And look, down there on the bottom left, those symbols are different than they were. So you're definitely getting rated on how well you're doing in the combat. In Kenzan, it was pretty much revolved around the swordplay. And in fact, the star style of that game was the dual swords, which makes sense because you were playing as Miyamoto Musashi. And he was famous for using the dual sword style. In fact, he, in the game at least, he invented it. And historically, he popularized it. Whereas in this, you don't appear to use both swords at the same time. In fact, you don't even have two swords. I just noticed that. I wonder why. Huh. Normally, samurai have two swords, the katana and the wazatachi. Starts with a W. Also known as the tachi and kodachi. No one really knows why. They never really seem to use the second one. It's kind of weird. But, fucking Miyamoto Musashi uses both at the same time, even. Apparently... Uh-oh. Getting encoding issues. Apparently, Sakamoto doesn't use both. He uses a gun. He uses two weapons, but he doesn't use two swords. That's pretty interesting. This game definitely has more in common with Kenzan than the main series of games. It definitely feels more like a sequel to Kenzan than it does a spin-off of Yakuza 5. Although, for all I know, this is like a direct rip of Yakuza 5. I honestly wouldn't know. I'm gonna work on my unarmed style a little bit. I've been neglecting that. I mean, for all I know, Japanese players who've had Yakuza 5 are playing this and going... But I haven't had Yakuza 5, and I'm playing this and it's fucking great compared to fucking Yakuza 4. Yeah, let's give some love to the unarmed style, why not? And one more in gun sword. Yeah, see, like, what's even the point? I guess the idea is you could have the freedom to ignore this whole string of upgrades, but why? Why would anyone do that? The instant you come to an outgrowth like this, everyone is gonna do that. Seems pointless. Don't see the sense of it. But whatever. Let's keep getting into random battles, because I'm having fun. Shut up. To be fair, I'm not really talking about any of the history. I'm mostly focusing on the gameplay, because that's what we're doing. Hopefully now that the action is picking up, the recording is holding as well. My apologies if it's not. Trust me, it bothers me more than it's bothering you. I can guarantee that, because I fucking hate it. We are getting a lot of items. I don't know what they're for. I'm worried, in the older games, you get a lot of vendor trash. You get a lot of stuff that basically has no purpose but to sell it. It's not hard to level up in this fucking game. I'm gonna try and get one more yellow thing to see what that little extra specialty widget does. And this is a small environment, and yet the fucking random battles are everywhere. And they're so close together, too. As a result of that. There's a lot of vendor trash, although, like, there are a lot of items that are intended to be used for weapon crafting. There's really no point in doing weapon crafting, because oh, nice! We got a down triangle move for that. There's no point in weapon crafting because it's so focused on hand-to-hand combat, and weapon durability is limited. So, like, you could spend all this time upgrading a weapon, but it breaks after 10 hits, so what's even the point? At least that's how I played it. That could be a total noob thing to say. But, in this game, if this game has weapon crafting, that's, Kenzan did, so I'm assuming this will, it'd be a lot more significant, you know, and important to upgrade all your weapons. Because they're permanent. And you want to use better weapons. You want to upgrade your gear and shit of that nature. Oh right, I wanted to upgrade this. Okay, let's see what this does. Nothing! No idea. Maybe that just means I have access to training that will allow me to learn this now? I'm not sure. I don't know. No clue. I'm gonna focus on sword. You this one. Shit. Woo! Okay, I'm getting my groove for it now. Yeah, in the mainstream games, who gives a shit about level crafting? But in frickin' Kenzan in this, level crafting is probably paramount. So I'm much more afraid to sell things that I get from random battles and just from wandering around. Even if it's expensive, because that, like, how do I know it's not important? How do I know I won't be able to use it later for an upgrade path? Gonna get crunk. So hanging on to that vendor trash, especially since I don't speak the goddamn language and I don't know better, I don't know if some things you collect are obviously just garbage and meant to be sold, or some things might be used for that weapon crafting later on. I don't know. So I'm in the blind about that. Which might mean that getting money in this will be a lot more troublesome than in the mainstream games, because in those I just sell fucking everything because I don't need anything. It's all just comes down to bare bones brawling. That's what I remember. That's what I was going to talk about. I talked before about getting drunk, and as you can see, I am so blasted right now. Being drunk has an effect on the gameplay in this. And there's almost no negative drawbacks to being drunk either. When you're drunk in combat, your heat gauge will build up faster, and your heat gauge is that blue circle thing that lets you do special moves, like hitting someone when they're down or smashing them into a wall or other such festivities. Like this. Oh. Like this! That's a heat move. Bam! Fucking awesome. And being drunk lets you accumulate heat much faster than normally or otherwise. God damn. But in most games, being drunk also increases the frequency of random battles. So if you run around town not drunk, there will be a lot less random battles than if you are drunk. I don't know if that's the case in this one. Most likely, I wouldn't see any reason for it not to be so. But I like getting in random battles. They're not particularly hard. You get money and level and experience from it, and items, and it's fun. So there's really no downside. Being drunk makes you more adept at fighting anyway. And I want to get into fights. So being drunk's pretty great. Although that does mean it's prudent to get hella drunk before story segments happen. Like before boss fights or action stages. Oh my goodness! This guy is special. Let's give him a warm reception by killing his face. You getting your rocks off to this granny? Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I want to just stomp him. Oh. What a jerk. Oh. Stop that. There we go. Oh, we don't have the stabby stab for the normal sword yet. Forgot that. That wasn't very good. I didn't do very good at that. So yes, as I was saying, the fucking combat in this is great. They've evolved the formula, especially with the addition of the styles, with the sword, the gun sword, the hand-to-hand. It's really great. I'ma have fun. I'ma have fun. Even if I don't know what the story's going on, I'ma have fun with this. Stick with me, everyone. We're gonna get through this. Trust me. We're gonna get back to the story, though. I think I've had my fun enough for now. I will see y'all next time.